right, so guys, today I have a showcase for Rorik Wormbane from Braun. Now the question might be, why a showcase for Rorik? Well, what's really interesting is, initially when Rorik was introduced, a bunch of people were disappointed because they kind of viewed him as something like a single target damage dealer and they thought he'd be okay. But Braun has found some really good uses for him in control and also as doing extra damage as being a single target damage dealer. He does have quite a bit of potential on his A1 and A2, but he seems to be worth investing in, so that's what we're gonna check out right now. So let's go check out his gear and let's go check out his abilities. All right, so here's Rorik, and if you guys are not familiar with his abilities, here they are. His A1 is called Wormslayer Hammer. So his A1 hits twice. Each hit has a chance of placing a stun and fills the champ's turn meter if the target's not under a stun after he hits. A2 is called Dragon Rage. Attacks an enemy with an 80% chance to decrease the target's turn meter. If the skill fully depletes the turn meter, has a chance of stunning on all other enemies. So we already have some stuns. A3 is called Scale Breaker, which ignores half of the target's defense. Always uses the skill instead of the default when he counter attacks and will not be blocked by block active skills. And his passive is called Titan's End. He's immune to stun, so he cannot be stunned. Deals 15% more damage to bosses and receives 15% less damage from them, with his aura being ally speed in all battles by 19%. Now for gear sets, what Braun has on him is he has 2 pieces of perception, 2 pieces of accuracy, and 2 pieces of cruel. And here's his masteries with his T6, right here. All right, and let me show you his stats. So here are the stats. Right now we have a 29,000 HP. His attack's at 4,100, defense at 21. His speed's at 228, 336 accuracy, and of course he's crit capped with 150 on the crit damage. So now we do know he's an attack champ. So yeah, we have 4,100 for his attack and then 150% for crit damage. All right, so where we're gonna show off Rorik today is going to be in Fire Knight 24, the Scarab boss in Doom Tower, and it also happens to be that the Barbarian Faction War is open, so we're also gonna run stage 21 on that. All right, so here we are in Fire Knight 24. So you're gonna see who we have we have Rorik in lead because of his ally speed aura. We have Xayah, Lydia, Vizix, and Coldheart, and there are team presets. So team presets, we see Rorik is set as is, Xayah has Poison Rain as her 1, and also keep in mind this is per round. Coldheart, for Art of Pain, Lydia is all set the way she is, and so is Vizix. So on round 2, again, Rorik is as he is, Poison Rain. Coldheart, we turn off our Hold Card Seeker on round 2. Lydia and Vizix. And now round 3. So we have his Scale Breaker turned off on round 3, and that's ignoring 50% of the target's defense. So we have that shut off on 3, which is against the boss. Xayah, Transfix and Poison Rain. Of course, we want her using her Coldheart, her Heart Seeker here, right? Lydia and Vizix. So this is how we have the presets. And this will be just full auto. All right, let him run. So they should have no problem getting through the waves. And again, he'll offer some nice control. He offers some nice stuns. And then the rest of the team can do their damage, particularly Coldheart. All right, wave 1. I always forget he's got this, it's like a crossbow too, huh? That's true because he was a like worm dragon hunter as well. But this team in general just has some really nice CCs between the slows, between the stuns, provokes. There's just some really, really nice crowd control in this team in general, which is great. Then we'll get to the Fire Knight. You guys feel like a lot of people underrate fusion champs? I think they do too. I do feel like they do sometimes as well. All right, so now we're on to the boss, Fire Knight. Now, what about you guys? Anybody here found a nice use for Rorik at all? Are you guys using him anywhere? Right after this, we'll hop into Scarab. And all the turn meter control. Very nice. He took off a chunk of turn meter there too. Did you guys see that? There was a large amount of turn meter taken off. I don't know if you guys had seen that. All right. And there you go. That is it. So, damage-wise, obviously, you know, we have Zavia and Coldheart. Zavia ends up doing 1,800. Coldheart did 1,000, or sorry, 1 mil. So Zavia did 1.8 mil. Coldheart did 1 mil. Rorik behind me did about 800. Yeah, this is a pretty good team, right? This is a really, really good team. Lots of crowd control, good amount of damage. We did a pretty good job here, right? On Fire Knight 24. So next up, let's go into the Scarab boss and Doom Tower. All right, so here we are, Doom Tower. This is actually Doom Tower hard. Scarab, we're just gonna go on floor 50 for the simplicity and the fact that it's just gonna be a faster run than doing 100. We have Rorik and lead again because of ally speed. We have Lodric, Vizix. This time we have Vlad and we have Armiger. So let's check out the team preset. Round 1, Rorik. So you see what we have here fixed on his A2. Lodric, we have Falcon's Wings. Armiger, later rest is shut off. We just have his first one, which is Repose. Nothing with Vizix and nothing with Vlad. Round 2, again, we see Dragon Rage on Rorik. Falcon's Wings with Armiger. Now this time, Vizix, her sinister allies, we have that shut off. And Vlad, we have Mind Shroud. Now round 3, which is against the Scarab. So we have Dragon Rage on 1. Falcon's Wings. Same thing with Armiger, hasn't been changed. Vizix and Vlad. Those are the presets, and this should be full auto. All right, so here we go. They are in, this is Scarab Doom Tower Hard Stage 50. Scarab Doom Tower Hard Stage 50. And it is really interesting seeing, like I said, I actually don't see Vlad played very much. Even Lodric, like I really haven't seen him used much either too, but Vlad is a very interesting addition to this. And I guess I could see that too because he does have some turn meter control, right? Decreased defense, turn meter control. He does reduce max HP. So I guess I could see that for sure against the Scarab. Okay. All right, round 2. Nice. Yeah, and these guys revive back. All right, attack that guy. There we go. Got it. All right. Up to the Scarab. So here we go. Start whittling away at the shield, decreasing turn meter. Now, Braun did say the run isn't exactly fast, but it works, which is fine. So again, you know, anything under 3 minutes is probably good. You know, so it should be under 3. We're at like 1.5 minutes right now, so it should be fine. Yeah, we see that. Decrease max HP, decreasing turn meter. And you can see, so maybe we can see the shield being whittled off, and you can see the HP being decreased as well. And this should be all good because you see we keep landing slow, so we're slowing his speed down. Plus we keep doing decreased defense on him as well too. So it's gonna be fine, it's just gonna take some time. Should have no issues with this team. Why doesn't Armiger use his A2? We have it shut off. There's no point here. It's late arrest. It's a block revive. There's kind of no point. We just let him keep doing his A1, which is the decreased turn meter. It's a good question though. I showed that in the presets. So the whole idea here is we want to keep decreasing the Scarab's turn meter so he doesn't take a turn. Armiger's A2 doesn't do that. You basically just want his A1. Now the Frost Spider, on the other hand, I've usually brought Armiger in there against the Frost Spider for his block revive, because that works too. You know, if you don't have a Lydia or something. But yeah, to chat's point, if you want to, you could turn on his A2, talk about Armiger, you could turn his A2 later rest in the waves. You definitely could do that. And then just shut it off on the boss. Totally no problem with that. But yeah, it's kind of a waste if you have his A2 here where he could just be doing his A1 instead. All right, so we're about halfway there. All right, so I mean, it's gonna be a little bit more than 3 minutes, but that's all right. It works. Yeah, and as the shield drops too, like you guys are gonna see the shield's almost dropped. As soon as we drop his shield, the runs do get faster. There we go, shield is down. So yeah, it starts coming off in much bigger chunks after you drop the shield, and there we go. All right, so that was Hard Doom Tower, floor 50 Scarab. So Rorik did about 400,000. So Rorik actually did the most damage on this team. He did 400,000, followed by Vlad, who did 358. So pretty good. Yeah, look at that. It's a new time too. Guys, it's a new time for Braun. That worked out nicely, huh? That worked out really, really good. All right, so the last place we're gonna toss him in, which is probably a no-brainer, is the Barbarian Faction Wars Open. So let's go hit stage 21. All right, so here we are in Barbarian Faction War Stage 21. We have High Katuna ally speed in all battles by 19. We have Rorik, Armina, Opardin, and Syl. So what's gonna be really nice here too is obviously he synergizes really, really well with Syl and Armina on top of the stuns, because we know that Armina has stuns as well too, and so does Syl. So there's gonna be a lot of CC in this group, just having them in there. Chances are if you guys have Rorik, he may already be in here, but if he's not, you know, at least you guys can see how this runs. And this will be auto as well too. So we'll just run this on auto. Be no problems here. Just lots of CC between all of them. Between the 3 of them in particular. And he also helps with damage, because what we find happens with barbarians, there's a lot of control HP type champs. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it feels like barbs are kind of lacking some damage, right? So in this case, he's adding some much needed damage to some of these runs. Because we have him, you know, Farrakhan can also help too with his, you know, the ally attacks and stuff like that. But for the most part, it feels like there's just a lot of sustained champs in this faction. Is this 20 or 21? This is 21, you guys. We're on Faction War 21. All right, we're on wave 2. And Braun, thank you again so much for letting us showcase this. I feel like my Rorik is still in the portal. I haven't even had a chance to do anything with him, truthfully. I'm not sure how many people on the channel have either, if they use him at all, or if he's in the portal, or if he's in the vault, or where he is. All right. Lots of stuns. Again, just a lot of good CC. So Braun actually says Rorik was his first fusion champ and he helped the account a bunch. And so he still ends up using him. And so you guys, so you only use him for Faction Wars? Yeah, like I said, I don't even have mine in Faction Wars. Mine's just still chilling in the portal. Okay, so you guys see there's pretty much they're not in any danger at all between the CCs, Syl, and Opardin. Because also remember too, like when we watch Opardin, he's gonna be doing continuous heals. Syl's always tossing a little bit of a heal and a speed as well too, not to mention she's got her stuns. So they're not in any trouble at all, decreasing turn meters. It's just a matter of kind of just getting through, where at least Rorik is adding in some damage, some DPS, right? And it's fun seeing this because I want to say in my team, do I still have Armina? I feel like Armina, I've also used Opardin in my team as well too. I do have Ursuga, so I use in mine. But again, we're talking just like these big beefy champs that kind of don't do a lot of damage. They're just HP champs, you know? Like Ursuga. She's just beefy and tanky. So actually, I would love to know, you know, in the comments, what was your first fusion in this game? What was your first fusion? Now, Braun again says Rorik was his first, and as you see, that's who we're doing the showcase for. So I guess it would make sense that he was able to find some uses for him, to be able how to use him in his account, and he's still using them too. But I would love to know what your first fusion was, and are you still using that champ? There's been a lot of fusions. They do them every month now. I just see people saying Molly. I guess, what was your first, like, monthly fusion, I guess, right? Pixneal. Oh my gosh, poor Pixneal. Herndig, Vlad. Yeah, people on the channel, like, we don't want to talk about Pixneal. Harvest Jack. I see some people on Twitch chat saying Pixneal and she's in their Faction Wars. Rosin. You know what, actually, for a lot of people, Rosin kind of was their first one, too. Rorik was also your first, okay. Now that I think about it, yeah, Rosin was kind of my first one. And then my first of the monthlies, like if we're talking about the monthly fusions, my first one was Elagaeus. That was my first one. I see some Brognies. Ooh, Brogni, yeah, Contra. Kreela. I still don't have Kreela. I missed out on those fragments. Okay, so like I said, yeah, we see them. Ooh, Iron Brago, yeah, he's a great fusion. So yeah, we see these guys, there's no damage. You know, there's just, Rorik's the damage here. There's no issues with them whatsoever. Lots of sustain. It's just kind of a time game at this, right? Just whittling away. Just whittling away. And there we go. All right, so in this case, look at Rorik. Rorik actually did the most damage. 1.1 mil. Syl, look at Syl coming in with almost 800,000. God loves Syl, you guys. Haikatune did about 400. Opardin 275. It kind of makes sense. He's kind of just like the support champ, right? And Armida 237. All right, last thing, because my Twitch chat is obsessed with campaign farmers, let's go run him as a campaign farmer. All right, Rorik campaign farmer. Again, ally speed out battles by 19%. Let's go. You guys are obsessed with seeing the be campaign farmers. Let's do this. Let's see how he does. That's true, guys. This would not be a proper showcase if we didn't do campaign farming. I like his A3. I think that's the one with the crossbow, right? Also, if you guys didn't know, I did a lore story for Rorik. So what I'll do is it'll be in a card up on the top right if you guys want to go check that out. For how he got the moniker Wormbane. Okay. 39 seconds. There you go. Rorik as a campaign farmer. So Braun, thank you so very, very much for letting us showcase Rorik. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you are using him. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out some more videos up here in the playlist on the top right.